Time now! It's 11 o'clock on this Friday night, August the 1st, 2014 on a Friday night. Time now for the Weatherman Judge PJ Wiggins, the late night report. Friday night, August 1st, 2014. Good evening, everybody. Our current is 11 o'clock in North Massachusetts. Got a temperature 69 degrees with first guys. Humidity 9%, wind speed southeast about 5 miles per hour. Barometer 3.22 inches.
Storm Team 10's Chief Meteorologist Mark.
2.66 degrees of visibility, 10 miles.
Just got some new information.
All right.
Allison, and hi everyone. That information kind of confirms what we've been thinking. Tomorrow is our day for rain, especially the morning through early afternoon.
Let's take a look at our radar scope. Shows spotty rain showers around northeast of the Sheridan and Stoughton areas, and a little bit of rain showers around Quincy and east of Boston and up in the Linden, up near the North Shore.
So we'll have some showers here developing after midnight. The heaviest and steadiest of this rain.
And spotty rain showers off the Maine and New Hampshire coastlines, and then some spotty showers in some north central Maine, western New Brunswick, and then stretching down for eastern and central portion of Quebec, and spotty rain showers in central and southwestern portion of New York, eastern Pennsylvania. And this is going to be our rainmaker for tomorrow. A lot of rain showers from Long Island and down for New Jersey, Delaware, Delmarva Peninsula, and stretching it down for the Carolinas and down for eastern Georgia, and spotty rain showers down for southwestern and southeastern portions of Florida, and a spotty rain showers around eastern Kentucky, Tennessee, and northeastern and southwestern portions of Alberta, Alabama, and spotty rain showers in central portions of Louisiana, stretching off the southeastern Texas coastline, and stretching off in Mississippi, southeastern Arizona, and spotty rain showers from southern Missouri, and stretching on southern Illinois, southwestern Indiana, and Atlanta rain showers in the north central Illinois, and Memphis, south central Wisconsin, and some spotty rain showers in south central Texas and northeastern Mexico, and Atlanta, and showers and storms from north central Mexico and stretching in Arizona, New Mexico, down for southern Colorado, and then stretching up in Nevada, eastern Oregon, down for Idaho, western Montana, down in western Wyoming, and spotty rain showers down for the Dakotas, none for veteran rain showers in the northeastern Montana, down for southeastern Saskatchewan, down for Manitoba, and spotty rain showers in Alberta, and down for south central British coming in north central and northeastern portions of Washington State and Utah. Good evening, 70 degrees with clear skies.
Major David LePayton was among the police officers and detectives at an emergency.
Sally Loop here, and it shows 9 o'clock from up in northern Quebec, and another 9 o'clock from Atlantic Canada, searching it out for the Atlantic seaboard, and then searching it out for the Carolinas and Georgia, and then searching it in Alabama and Mississippi, and 9 o'clock from the southeastern Louisiana, and then down for Texas and from Mexico, up in the Four Quarter region and western Kansas and Oakland, Atlanta, across from Nevada, stretching in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, Wyoming, and I'm from Montana, stretching to southern British Columbia, down through Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and northwestern Ontario, Atlanta, across down for the Dakotas here, and Atlanta, across from southern Wisconsin, Illinois, stretching Indiana, Michigan, and up in southern Ontario here. Take a look at that map situation here, and it shows cold front from southern Alberta and down from Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and warm front from the northern Ontario, and a cold front from Minnesota, southeast Minnesota, stretching down the Great Lakes, up in Ontario and up in Quebec. Station front from Texas and stretching down the Gulf States, and then up the Carolinas, and a warm front from North Carolina to sea. And front by from Kansas to Oklahoma, and a front by from southeast Utah down to Arizona and New Mexico, and front by from north central California, and a front by from Gulf of California. High pressure in Yellowstone Valley, and northeastern North Dakota, and Idaho, and eastern Colorado, and low pressure in west Louisiana and eastern Washington State. 72 degrees temperature right now, Boston and Pittsburgh. It's 77 out of New York City, 76 in Washington, D.C., 74 in Atlanta, 81 in Miami, 84 in Brownsville, 76 in Dallas, Texas, it's 77 in Kansas City and Omaha, 70 in Chicago, 76 in Detroit, 75 in Minneapolis, it's 84 in Great Falls, Montana, it's 80 in Seattle, 64 in San Francisco, 70 out of Los Angeles, it's 102 in Las Vegas, 88 in Salt Lake City, 73 out of Denver, 97 in Phoenix, and 77 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here.
Reports of a bomb threat there. This story was breaking news at
Current conditions around the region. We got 72 in Boston, 73 for Pittsburgh, 68 in Bedford and Beverly and Gloucester, and 65 in Amesbury and in Boston Harbor, 67 in Worcester, 69 in Sturbridge, 69 in Webster, 71 in Milford, 69 in Norwood and Bedford, it's 16 in Taunton, 70 in Plymouth and in Barbastown, 6 in Chatham and Martha's Vineyard, 65 in Nantucket, 16 in Falmouth, 71 in Cape Cod Bay, 70 out in Buckhorn, 71 in Wesley, 73 in Warwick, 68 in Smithfield, 67 in Springfield, 68 out in Emerson and Greenfield, 64 out in Pittsfield, 66 in Northampton, 72 in Albany, 70 in Brattleboro, 61 in
concession stand.
In Bay to the 78 Keene, 69 in Jeffrey, at 68 in Coconut, Manchester, New Hampshire, 69 in National, New Hampshire, 61 in Possible, New Hampshire, 68 in Woodlock, 73 in Hartford, 71 in Meriden, 68 in Waterbury, 69 in Denver, 74 in New Haven and Bridgeport, 73 in Lansdowne, 74 in New York City, 72 in Islip, 70 out in Montauk.
The I-team learned Colombo
Let's take a look at our
beach business in the first place.
forecast discussion around the country here.
From bidding on
And chills rain expected to move up the east coast during the weekend while fine weather continues across the mid-section of the country. In Charleston, thunderstorms is expected near a stalled front along the Gulf Coast westward into the southern Rockies or parts of the desert southwest. A large scale up a level trail over the eastern United States as weakened by the dense excess extruded air over the subgeoidal area. Southwestly before headed to Detroit, excess began to transport moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and the western Atlantic. And moisture surges went off with the weight. Low pressure centers are forecasted to form a move up and salt front line near the or just off the east coast. It appears that most of the heavy rains should skirt along the coastal section while more scattered activities are forecast for the interior toward the weekend. Meanwhile, scattered showers and thunderstorms expected to continue far south into Florida, the Gulf Coast, and into the sub-Rockies, and just parts of the desert southwest, and in the vicinity of the salt front. More country activities can be expected near low pressure center in the lower Mississippi Valley as well as in the sub-Rockies. North front, the midsection of the country should enjoy fine weather with slightly cooler normal temperatures during the weekend. A cold front movement from Canada should trigger scattered showers and thunderstorms from the northern plains to the upper Midwest. At west, isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms can be expected across much of the interior mountains with most activities in late afternoon, early evening hours in the northern Rockies and parts of the northwest and the mid west coast should remain dry throughout that weekend and temperatures as much as 10 degrees above normal and expected to move in the northern Montana by Sunday with isolated showers and thunderstorms here. Alright, let's take a look at the forecast discussion around New England here.
Police say the suspect in this
Scattered showers and thunderstorms should diminish early this evening. A series of low pressure areas moving along a solid front will likely be periods of rain to late southeast New England Saturday and Sunday. And settled weather remains with us much of the week as a couple of cold fronts move through. 9:45 a.m. update. Saturday washout expected for eastern New England area. Expected for that is afternoon and early evening has come to an end as this building was wet and dry. Weather expected in the west and the evening. All attention now turns to the plume of tropical moisture streaming northward off the Atlantic coastline. Besides some short-term 18Z guidance have expanded category pumps for Saturday into the month of the east of New England. So increased pumps across the interior. This still may not be enough, but when it is trending in the right direction, appears steady rain will be at work northward into the month of the region by 12Z. Bands of heavy rain are expected across the eastern New England on Saturday, given the parts of approaching 2 inches as may result in a typical nuisance Port Street flooded. But do not see any major problems at this time. Marginal instability may result in isolated thunderstorms 2 across the southeast New coast, but Main area will be bands of heavy rain and Saturday washout for much of eastern New England there. And let's take a look at what is the latest on Bertha here.
we are prepared in the event that Ebola or any other infectious disease
And now,
area.
And yes, our health department and our hospitals are
as 11 o'clock. Center location 50.7 to the north, 63.0 to the west. The maximum state winds about 50 miles per hour. Moving west northwest about 22 miles per hour. And here's the latest advisory on Bertha.
we do it all the time.
For more information,
There's another Bertha moving west northwest across the northeastern Caribbean. Say location 50.7 to the north, 63.0 to the west as 11 o'clock. About 18 miles, 295 kilometers southeast of St. Croix, and about 275 miles, 445 kilometers southeast of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Maximum winds about 50 miles by 85 kilometers an hour. Present movement west northwest at 290 degrees and 22 degrees to 35 kilometers an hour. Minimum central pressure 1,007 millimeters and 29.74 inches. Watches and warning change with this advisory. The tropical storm warning for Dominica has been discontinued. Submarine watches and warnings in effect and tropical storm warning is in effect for Martinique and Puerto Rico and Vieques and Cuba and U.S. Virgin Islands and British Virgin Islands. Our Charleston,
$94 million, it would increase.
which is in effect for the Eastern Dominican Republic from Cape Francis Viejo to the Endless Andorra. The southeastern Bahamas that included Auckland's Quicken Island and Long Cape, the Nagas and Mayagana and Ragged Islands, the Turks and Caicos Islands. Our tropical storm warning means that if tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area, and in this case within the next 12 to 24 hours. Our tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, in this case within 24 to 36 hours. And elsewhere across the Northeast Caribbean Sea and Hispaniola should monitor the president system for storm information specific to our area of the United States, including possible inland watches warnings. Please monitor products issued by local National Weather Service Forecast Office. For storm information specific to your area outside the United States, please monitor products issued by your National Meteorological Service. At 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, via UTC, the center of tropical storm Bertha was located near latitude 15.7 to north, longitude 63.0 to the west. And Bertha is moving towards the west-northwest through 22 miles per hour, 35 kilometers an hour. This motion is expected to continue tonight Saturday and turn toward the northwest and expected by Saturday night. And this motion is expected to continue for Sunday, and the forecast directly the center of the Bertha will continue to move across the northeastern Caribbean Sea overnight and pass through the Puerto Rico on Sunday. Today. Move near the eastern Dominican Republic Saturday and Saturday night and approach the southeastern Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands on Sunday.
Footwork is straight ahead coming up in sports.
Today from in Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that maximum sustained winds remain near 50 miles per 85 kilometers an hour, with hurricanes for remains in an environment that is not favorable for strengthening and little change in strength in the forecast for Sunday. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 150 miles, 185 kilometers, mainly to the north and east out of the center. Guadalupe recently reported wind gusts of 37 miles per 9 kilometers an hour. The estimated minimum such pressure is 1,007 millibars, 29.4 inches. Wind tropical storm warning force winds and wind gusts are possible. Hazard effect land. Wind tropical storm force wind gusts are possible for Dominica and Guadalupe during the next few hours. Tropical storm conditions are expected in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands on Saturday. Wind gusts are tropical storm force current swallows over the day. Rain and later winds and tropical storm conditions are possible in the water in the Dominican Republic by late Saturday and in the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands by early Sunday. Rainfall in Bertha is expected to produce rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches with fascinating amounts up to 5 inches across portions of the Leeward Islands as well as the United States and British Virgin Islands. Rainfall in totals of 3 to 5 inches with the Saturday maximum totals of 8 inches possible across Puerto Rico with the heaviest totals across the southern portion of the island. Alright.
Oh, what have we here?
Iced coffee from Cumberland Farms.
Let's take a look at Hurricane Isabel here. 14.7 and up, 127.3 to the west. Maximum sustained winds 35 miles per hour, west northwest about 12 miles per hour. As the National Hurricane Center is issuing advisory on Hurricane Isabel, located more than 1,000 miles west-southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula. Showers and tons of precipitation with an area of low pressure located about 550 miles southwest of the Manzanillo, Mexico, are gradually becoming very organized. Environmental conditions are conducive for development, and this system is likely to become a tropical depression over the weekend and it moves westward about 10 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours high 6%. Formation chance for 5 days high 9%, and shower activity remains minimal in association with a low pressure area which is weak, located about 12 miles east-southeast of the big island of Hawaii, and upper level winds are not currently conducive for development, but they could become a slightly more favorable in a few days. Which low moves generally westward around 10 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours. Low 10% formation chance for 5 days. Medium about 30%. And Central Pacific Hurricane Center from Honolulu, Hawaii. An area of low pressure is located about 925 miles southwest of Honolulu, Hawaii. The storms which have isolated been occurring in the east and southeast Periphery system. The surrounding environment may permit this system available only slightly as it moves west near 10 miles per hour in the next few days. Formation chance for 4 hours. Low 10%. Remnant low Genevieve is currently located about 550 miles southeast of Honolulu, Hawaii. Atmospheric conditions are only much more favorable for this redevelopment over the next few days. It moves westward near 10 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours. Low 10% area of low pressure is located about 1,200 miles east-southeast of Honolulu, Hawaii. It is during disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Upper level winds are not currently favorable, and any development of this system should be slow to occur while it moves westward at around 10 miles per hour during the next few days. Formation chance for 4 hours. Low 10%. Elsewhere, no tropical cyclones are expected for Sunday afternoon. Here. Alright. Let's check the latest on Typhoon Halong here. Alright. We will show you Halong. Oh my, it is now strengthened to a category 3. Last time we checked this on 1, now it's strengthened to a 3 with 150 miles per hour and wind gusts 145 miles per hour. It's at 8 o'clock. You see like this. Gonna strengthen to a 4. It's strengthened to a Typhoon 4 is Typhoon. As it makes way towards Okinawa and Naha in about Wednesday at 8 o'clock. As a Cat 3 typhoon here, it's going to make its sights in southwestern Japan after that. Here, southeast Japan after that. Here. Alright, back in the States, tomorrow's at 72 for Boston, 71 for Worcester, 73 for Hartford, 74 for New York, 78 for Albany, 76 for Rutland, and Concord, New Hampshire, and 76 for Palm. So, tomorrow's highs would be 71 to 78 degrees, and we had just said, since Thursday, a soaking rain overspread much of the region Saturday morning. The large shoulder rain off the middle of the coast will move northeast overnight. Rain expected to arrive by across much of the region by mid-morning on Saturday, and some rain will affect most areas. The Saturday amount of heaviest will be across eastern New England, where washout is expected here. And let's take a look at the futurecast. Alright, let's take a look at the futurecast radar here. And anyway, we said we are gonna get soaked with a lot of moisture here, and take a look at the precipitation amounts that we're gonna get. As 8 o'clock, we'll see 1.22 inches of rain here in Boston, 9.3 inches of rain in Hartford, and when you get up north, that's the amounts total. And this is the most amount of rain. Well, Eastern Carolinas could get up to 4 inches rain, so this is the best chance for some flooding rains by over the weekend here. Alright, let's go to the futurecast radar, and the showers will be in Trenton, New Jersey, about 3 o'clock, and then the showers will make its way down for 7 o'clock on New York City about 5:45 in the morning around New York City. Then the showers will make its arrival in Southern New England by about 8 o'clock. So we'll have rain, but then 10 o'clock the showers will extend to moderate and it's gonna be heavy rain by about noontime tomorrow, and then be heavy rain all afternoon, move out to about 4:35. And this is gonna be a washout Saturday. As we take a look at our view from the outside, and it shows our little human night on tap. Alright, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. And it goes like this. Oh, let's take a look at the hazard weather outlook, shall we? Okay. For tonight, winds and thunderstorms with heavy rainfall may cause very heavy downpours, localized flash flood. In fact, early evening, which we didn't get. Few thunders may also produce wind gusts, which we didn't get. And then day 2 for 7. Saturday for Thursday, no hazard weather expected at a time. Here. 7-day forecast goes like this. While you're sleeping overnight hours tonight, slight chance of showers after 2 a.m. Petrified after 2 a.m. Miles. Clouds got low 64 degrees of light, south wind about 1 mile per hour, transportation 20%, and Saturday rain likely, then rain and possibly a thunderstorm after 10 a.m. and some stores produce heavy rainfall. Patch before 8 a.m. high near 72 degrees of calm rain begin east around 6 miles per hour in the afternoon. Transportation 9% new rainfall amounts between 3/4 and 1 inch possible. Saturday night, showers likely possibly a thunderstorm before 11 p.m. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 11 p.m. Areas of fog. Otherwise, clouds have 160 degrees of light and variable wind, and chance of precipitation is 70% and rainfall amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch possible. For Sunday, chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly clouds got higher 66 degrees and calm wind, chance of precipitation 30%, rainfall amounts of less than 10 inches, except amounts possible from thunderstorms. Sunday night, chance of showers before 3 a.m. and then punch after 11 p.m. areas of fog with most skies will lower 62 degrees and calm wind, chance of precipitation 20%. For Monday, areas of fog before 9 a.m. otherwise punch skies under 81 degrees. Monday night, punch skies low 3 a.m. with patchy fog after 3 a.m. with punch skies otherwise low at 64 degrees. Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Patchy fog before 8 a.m. otherwise punch skies under 83 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Tuesday night, patchy fog after 4 a.m. otherwise punch skies low 64 degrees. And for Wednesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Patchy fog before 8 a.m. otherwise punch skies under 81 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Wednesday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Most skies got low 61 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Thursday, most of the skies got under 81 degrees. Friday night, podcast got low 61 degrees. For Friday, most of the skies got under 80 degrees. Pairs, weather phrase of the night. Saturday washout on tap. Patriot Channel News time is now 11:19 here, and it is time now for a little traffic report on this late Friday night and the 1st of August here. And we're going to check out what is going on in traffic here. Turn on the traffic, and it shows smooth sailing highways and byways here, except for one little accident here. That is in central Boston here. And that is on the Mass Pike on the westbound side near Boston University by the Wild Oak. Smooth sailing commute on this Friday night. And now the Patriot Channel News time is now 11:20, and it's time now for the Patriot Channel News Late Night Report. Top 3 11:20. The House late Friday revived and improved the Republican for border crossing bill after GOP leaders hurling resolved in return ballot that scuttled the vote a day later, but with the Senate on recess and the House soon to follow. There's little chance as House Supervisor approves border crossing bill as Obama vows act alone. In Jerusalem, Israel entered its latest conflict with Hamas, armed with a high-tech arsenal and real-time battlefield intelligence and strong domestic support for dealing with a heavy blow at Hamas. As supported the military group Hamas battles, the Malk record has ever shot slogans against the Israeli offensive in the Gaza Strip during a protest party in the West Bank town of Tel Karm. Having a dozen rationales for this week's self-evident stocks from Argentina, the Federal Reserve, and Portugal's banks, Michael Shallow said something simple should be considered the number 2000. Boston Red Sox pitcher Anthony Ronaldo delivers against New York Yankees during the first inning game at Fenway Park as the Sox beat the Yankees 4-3. Police were on the scene after a body was found in the playground in the area of Moakley Park in South Boston Friday morning, according to multiple media reports. The news is very typical for the late summer months, as West Nile has been attached in the Boston area every year since 2000. In White House, President Barack Obama is expanding his handling of conflicts in Gaza and Ukraine, as fighting in both places shows no signs of letting up despite intense U.S. fighting. A court overturned Uganda's anti-homosexuality bill, given a convenient out to African American leaders, but it could make a backlash against LGBT Ugandans even worse. 2 U.S. citizens detained for 3 months in North Korea said they fear they're about to be put on trial and sentenced to long prison terms. Plans to kickstart a global initiative to these customs bills across the nation came on second Thursday as India stood firm on its stand not to support the World Trade Organization WTO trade facilitation agreement that went bundled up for a roadmap. In Phoenix, they're supposed to take 50 milligrams of each of the drugs midazolam and hydropophene to kill Arizona deaf row inmate Joseph Wood. As the judge box hands after the wall outside the hair salon at the Kane County Residential Center in Garden City, Texas, that sex and family facility could signal more deportations. It was homicide and chokehold killed him. Eric Carter, the Staten Island dad who complained that he could have breathed and was subdued by cops, staff and compression the neck, the medical examiner said Friday. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway on Friday said second quarter profits soared 41% to a record high, and reflecting substantial investment gains and improved results of manufacturing, service, and retail businesses. Buenos Aires actually may have defaulted on its debt for the second time in 12 years on Thursday, but the Pac Elegant cafes in Buenos Aires showed little signs of distress, and shoppers rather than protesters filled the streets. The dollar weakened against most major currencies on Friday after less than sale U.S. jobs report that set the investors selling the currency for profits. A bold little French company has left the investment world gets now could take over T-Mobile US and corporate work ILD SA, French's fourth largest sale company, just believe. And jumped ahead of widely expected Sprint Corporation. The right to unlock your cell phone and became law on Friday as President Barack Obama signed a bill that rapidly passed both houses of the U.S. How about never can stop Orlando Bloom from having a good time in Ibiza, not even a nasty scuffle with Justin Bieber. The actor was caught in the camera having a time of his life. It's loose to Ferrell's happy. In science news, the instrument designed for NASA's next Mars rover mission included sophisticated tools to detect signs of life. The skeletal changes take place during a 50 million year dinosaur to bird transition occurring 4 times faster than the dinosaurs as a whole, new study says. Thanks to a phenomenon known as gravitational lensing, astronomers have spotted what might be the most distant object known in the science of distant galaxy cluster called IRC 0218. The Ebola outbreak in West Africa is prevented faster than an effort to control World Health Organization, Mary Richens has said. And to America's strict body, Ebola virus in West Africa will be transported via private, specially equipped aircraft back to the United States, between the United States. Alright, let's take a look at the New England Citizen. We just have two stories here. The one story is in New Haven, Connecticut, where a double shooting on Chapel Street and Kensington Streets took place. As 2 people down with multiple gunshot wounds, the crime scene being established. And this is an area of Chapel Street and Kensington Street in New Haven, Connecticut, near the Yale New Haven Hospital of St. Raphael campus. And in Wenham, Massachusetts, they're armed kidnapping a female, taken at knife point from 40 Topsfield Road in Wenham, Massachusetts here. Lauren Campbell, date of birth 4/6/1993, white female, blonde hair, white tank top. Suspect is Justin Raymond, 10/23/1990, white male, tank top, blue jeans. Last seen on Route 97 towards Salem. Campbell is armed with a knife. Call 911 if you see them immediately. And in Weymouth, Massachusetts, a second alarm fire at 165 Washington Street. And there's Washington Street. And that is gonna be it for the Weather Magician Peter Channel News, the late night report on this August 1st, 2014 on a Friday night. Pierce, have a good night with a good positive to be seeing you tomorrow morning. Have a good night with a good positive attitude. Here.